Yep, it's me. I'm back on YouTube. I never left. I'm still here. So today we are continuing on Morrigan's Monster Mayhem build. Let's see how this works out. It's a 90% foam, EVA foam clay build, so with no sharp objects in it yet. We'll see how that works out. Alright, so when we last left our little man, he wasn't quite this hairy. Looks like the hair actually stuck pretty well. He's got lots of hair on the back of his head. He's got some hair on the front, the body. He's got hair on the chest. No hair on his face. He's going to need some of that. And this is all going to be robotic, so maybe we'll kind of robotize this section or something. I don't know what to say. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure where we're going with this. I did put some little doohickeys here and there to make it look more, I don't know, robotic. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Showing foam clay from here. For those of you that have been keeping up, I'll be posting some Kilton updates. Yeah, sneak peek. All right. Yeah, that's all you get. If you're following me on Twitch, you probably saw it. But yeah, working lots of stuff, trying to get things done. I probably mentioned the Molduga too. That one's also getting done. That's all you get. So yeah. Let's work on this guy. Get some more light down here. I don't know how to best post this so you can see it, I can see it. Ooh. 3D, right? Yeah, see, he's pretty good size. He's about hand size. About hand size. If you have meaty hands like this. Uh-oh, I gotta let my dog out. Keep me company. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you're live. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, it's not like there's anybody watching right this minute. So, let's see. Let's see. Nobody knows where to watch me at anymore. I used to spend all this time on these fancy announcements and edits and I'll get back to that. I think I just need to kind of get into a groove. I'm kind of at a point where I've got too many projects going on at once, and not enough time. So it's either I finish the projects and don't edit and just hit everything live, or I do one project at a time and do fancy edits and maybe even improve on my overall video production quality. But, again, not doing this is a real big sort of, I'm trying to get likes and stuff. Hey, it's Sarah. What are you doing? I know you caught me on YouTube. You're probably thinking like, what? What? Didn't he just say he's on Twitch? I know. And I am. but I'm also here. So there, that's how it is, okay? This is how it is. This was a YouTube started endeavor, so I'm going to continue to finish it in YouTube. So right now I'm doing the sort of the robot part a little bit. I don't know how much you remember about this material, but I have to kind of, I don't have to, but it helps if I get the surface wet a little bit before I apply some. Let's put some over here. So how you doing, Sarah? I feel like I want to give him some kind of like robot underwear. let's put some stuff down here. Like this kind of like big, round Superman / robot style underwear. You know what I mean? That his legs emanate from. You do? Well, you can try what I do, and that's work on like 8 projects at once. I still haven't finished any of them. I'm working on them. I made some pretty good progress last night on another one I haven't touched in probably months. So that was fun. Just another Zelda character for my nephew. What's sad is the figure is just the first part of it. I mean, like, there's a lot more to it after that. Like, once I complete the miniature sculpt, I still have to make like his little vehicle, or I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like a shopkeeper, so I've got to make his little shop. Basically, all I've managed to do is make the shopkeeper, or at least get it to a point where it's more recognizable now. I think probably the hardest part of this model is making him look more robotic, because this stuff is so naturally puffy and organic looking. And the only reason I'm choosing this material, because I wouldn't say it's my material of choice for sculpting. It's just what I've been making some of the larger pieces with. And I never really showed that process before. So I thought, well, this one's big enough to where, I mean, I could probably pull it off. I would never use this for anything smaller than this. I think I've mentioned that a couple times, but I'm stuck with it now to try to get it to a point where, it looks decent. Oh, this is the one I want. Yeah, no. Where's that wedge? Yeah, that's good. I'm trying to delineate this from the monster side. I don't know if I'm very successful at it, though. Maybe if I add some detail. Oh, there's 3 people on here. Holy moly. Where all these folks come from? I didn't even announce anything. You guys must be the diehards, the true believers. I should probably open up YouTube on my computer so I can see who all's in here. I do like that about Twitch. You can actually see the chat. YouTube doesn't allow you to see the, well, I mean, it lets you see the chat on the phone, but I don't know if they let you see the actual chat screen on your phone unless somebody says something. At least I haven't figured out how to do it. Oh wait, there it is. Well, I guess I was wrong about that. Sarah. Oh, terrain. Oh, hey, Aaron. Man, I didn't even see all this stuff. This is the first time I'm figuring out you can look at chat on the phone. Learn is how long John's with the butt flap. Long John's with the butt flap. Nice. There's always more. Definitely not film. And who be lurking? Stick Greeblies. No, no Greeblies on this. No Greeblies. This is Greebly free. He's a full sculpt. I'm not going to use any kind of like accessory that I've pulled from something else for this one. He's going to be completely Greebly free. You may not know this, but I used to just make sculpted stuff. Of course you don't know this because you didn't know me before I started posting things on YouTube. Yeah, the Greeblies thing was just always something I would do for fun for like, if I'm playing Warhammer 40K in high school and I needed an orc mech or dreadnought and I didn't have one, but I just happened to bring along a bunch of old model pieces. Yeah, I would just literally scratch one, build an orc dreadnought on the spot in about 20, 30 minutes and then play it. We would take it outside. This is at the comic book store where we used to play. And I would just build something, take it outside, hit it with some black spray paint, dry brush it real quick, and that was it, man. I had a whole army built out. It was funny. Orcs were fun that way. I don't know if you can really do something like that nowadays, but yeah. All right. Well, I'm not sure about this right here. I like the underpants look, but I kind of don't like the underpants look. Hey, Mr. Good, what's up? Where are you guys all coming from? Were you online already? What were you watching? I'm probably going to be posting on Twitch later. I want to continue working on the Molduga, but I also want to finish that kilt. And I made a lot of progress last night, so I was real happy about that. So I want to go ahead and continue finishing that up. Let's put a little, and smooth out his arm there. And I think what I'll do is I'll put like a little shoulder pad on him. I have to come up with a good way to make rivets for this guy. But I'm not going super complicated with him. I'm going for that 1950s toy robot look. Remember, this guy's just supposed to be my little channel mascot. He's not supposed to be like a Japanese Gundam mecha or Some kind of Metal Gear Solid reproduction. He's just a very basic little guy. Mm. Don't forget too, as flat as these little panels look, they're gonna end up being big and puffy like his head. See how far I can get with him today. See, I tried to make like a little panel line here the other day, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm liking it for this guy. We'll see. I'm gonna need to make some coffee after this pretty quick because I haven't had any coffee today. It's making me crazy. Usually I get in my car and I drive out, or my wife brings me some, but I left my keys in my car, or for my car, in my wife's car, who's out of town with her car. So now I have to wait. But I got a coffee machine, so I'll probably make some coffee. But instead of doing that, I'm making this with you guys. Because you're special. You're special. You're you and you and you. Mhm. It taught me it was rude to point when I was a little kid, and clearly it stuck. Let's see. I was thinking, hey, what's up, Silver? Oops, this is not what I wanted to do. There we go. Trying to, how do you get the business going? Here we go. I almost bought some of that foam clay. Well, this is 20 bucks for a huge blob, a 500 milligram. Cost clay is like little, I don't know if it's more expensive. Maybe not. It seemed, it's a little expensive. Probably $15 for about half that. Hey, what's up, Zombie? Man, who else is on here? It's like five people on here. Zombie, Sarah, Aaron, Mr. Good. Good. It's good. Um, hmm. Crazy, crazy, crazy times we live in. I was gonna wrap this little armor plate all the way around, so I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. That doesn't look terrible. I mean, I really the funny thing is you have when you sculpt with this stuff, you almost have to like do a piece, wait for it to dry, and then see what it looks like in the morning because you just don't know. It's kind of like it could look like anything. It could be hopefully what you wanted it to look like, or it could be just a big puffed up ball. So kind of one of those things you have to experiment with a lot. And I really can't get in there. I wouldn't say it's definitely not something you want to use for sharp detail. But when I'm done with this, I'll be able to pick him up and throw him across the room with no care in the world about whether or not it gets damaged because I know it won't. Um, so yeah, that's my intention is to be able to take my little mascot and toss him around stuff. You know, put him in some explosions. I don't know. We'll see. That's right. I have big plans for this channel. It includes explosions. It doesn't. I don't know. I have no plans at all. That's part of my plan. My plan is there is no plan. It was never intended to really be all that big a thing. I just wanted to show off some of these little sculpts I keep making. And I don't know, I kind of get... Oh, the Silver, if you're still on. Um, I actually got the material finally, the stuff I needed finally for the geisha. So maybe I'll try to post some of that tonight, if not this weekend or this week. And I'll show you what you got. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. I'll take a little quickie break. I should cut some of this off, right? Some green stuff on it. Remember, kids, clean your blades. So I was thinking of making his arm real fat right here and on this side too. Like, you know, big four, like Popeye type fat. Thought that might be fun. I don't know. We'll see. But we do need to figure out a way to smooth this out. And I want to press this down away from the armpit. But it's not cooperating. At least not without a lot of drama. Cosplay is dramatic. Or not cosplay, foam clay. Alright, it's being so dramatic with me today. You have to be real careful about how much water you put on this stuff too, because like I don't know if you can tell, but some of it's getting real pasty, and it's getting kind of hard to manipulate. Oh, that's nice. Cheap tools, damn it. Yeah, it's once it gets kind of pasty, it's you can't do anything with it. It just turns into like a milky slurry. Yes, it's the slur against milk everywhere. We'll flatten that out. But you need the water or it sticks to your tool, so it's kind of like a bit of a paradox. right. Let's put some fur on his, well, yeah, we can put some fur on his forearm for now. And, we'll see. Then I'll take a little quickie break and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the geisha stuff. That stuff I bought for the material. You already seen the fabric. I'm talking about how I'm going to assemble the fabric without sewing it. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but it's true. And actually, I really don't know if that stuff's even going to work, but we'll find out together. We'll find out as a team. I think. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Looks like that's probably a good enough amount on here for some fur sculpting. Some sculpting of some fur. What was I using? Was I using this before? I think I was using this one before. I think I was doing it from the bottom up, if I recall. Maybe I don't have enough on here to make it furry. Is this actually hardening up on me or something? I don't know. Weird. Okay, so that was strange. Maybe I don't have enough on here. It's not responding to my tooling. Let's figure out where all the putty is, because I think I hit a couple spots where there wasn't any. Yeah, that needs more. That's what it is. It's too thin. That layer's too thin right there. Around his elbow. Oh. The way that piece was sticking out. There we go. All right. Let's see if it'll take some fur now. It's a towering inferno. Yeah, I know that was terrible. So bad. Oh, I deserve to be punished. Okay, now we're talking. This is a little bit better. How was that going? This way? I think it was going this way. Sorry, I just stopped to read your chats. I'm like, what? No sew stitch glue stuff. So, no, actually, Sarah, and I'll tell you what I did. I'll show you in a minute. Um, I did look into the no sew glue stitch, and there's a few reasons I did not go that route, and I'll tell you in a little bit why. Um, but I did look at those, and I looked at several different kinds. If you know anything about me by now, is that while I do like to experiment, I also research a lot. Um, and I looked at a few different things for how I wanted the. The only thing I knew for sure about the kimono was I just didn't want to sew. Whether it's not for, I don't think it's lack of skill. I'm just lazy. I really am. But sometimes I'm so lazy that I actually put effort into being lazy, which kind of defeats the purpose of being lazy. If that makes any sense. I take it to an entirely new level. I'm so lazy, I'm an industrious person. What? There we go. I don't know why this is just such a Muppet style of hair. You know what I mean? It just has that kind of Muppet feel to it. Hmm. I see a little hard part right there where it's going too smooth. It's all right. I might have to stop this little guy here in a little bit and then start another video for some other project because I'm running out of stuff to put on him. He needs fur on his ear, so let's do a little bit of that. And he needs fur on the front of his face, so we can do some of that. But I am kind of running out of places to like set him safely down. Let's put a little putty here. So the way I'm going to do his face fur is I'm going to start around the eye and kind of like radiate it. So it's, I want to make it directional, obviously. So the way I'm going to do it, uh-oh, get off of there. You don't want to be on there. Is kind of put little blobs here and there and radiate away and around his eye and kind of like leave a little spot for where his eye is going to go and try to overlap it onto the stuff behind it. Running out of places to grab it. That's why you want to do this stuff. And that's the other reason you want to usually skeleton like kind of like layers is if you try to do it all at once, you sure go for it, but you're going to run out of places to hold on to stuff real fast. And I mean, truly, and I say this to you, Sarah, because you were saying something earlier about, taking too long on projects and, it doesn't matter how much time you spend as long as you do it right. If you try to rush through a project and you're not taking the time to consider all of the other issues that you're going to run into, I mean, like a lot of these miniatures that I'm making right now, in reality, when I say in reality, I mean like if I were doing it for the purpose of selling it, this is not something I would finish as quickly as I'm doing now. This is just for me, for you guys, just for fun. So I mean, I can take all kinds of crazy shortcuts and make mistakes, but if I were doing this for money, you better believe this would take me forever. I mean, and I'm talking about if this were the only thing I was doing, if I were only making figures, if this was the only job I had, and I didn't have like a full-time job, then you better believe I would be taking all kinds of time on this. So don't ever worry about how much time you're spending on something. The more time you spend, the more time you have to fix mistakes. Think about what you're applying, um, and get things put on right the first time. Instead of you try to rush through stuff, and you'll be like me. I'm constantly like going back, like backtracking and fixing stuff all the time. But like I said, that's just because I'm just kind of slapping these together for fun. But I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're having to rush through something. It's just who wants to rush? Like I said, I'm kind of lazy. I don't like rushing through anything. Um, Silence of the Lambs. I couldn't resist. That was kind of funny. So yeah, let's see. We're radiating out from his eye, out from his eye, like this. And I might go back in here and add some more detail later. Yeah, Sarah, just if you're working on something, take your time, consider what you're making, and you'll probably do it right the first time. Nobody's rushing you to do this. I hope not. That's one thing about me. Anybody tries to rush me into anything I don't want to do at the speed I don't want to do it, um, they will discover very quickly that I'm quite resistant to that type of influence. Okay, how am I going to do this? Let's go here. I actually feel like this stuff's hardening up on me. Yeah, it's getting a little dry. Hold on. So I don't want to waste this one. Let me get a little water on it. Put it back into the collective. And let's try to finish this before it starts to be resistant to my shaping instructions. Should be fine. This might actually be the ideal time to put texture on it, because as it starts hardening, it becomes less gooey. It's already kind of swollen up a little bit. I'll come back and smooth this stuff out later. So I've had to take a few creative liberties with this figure because, let's face it, this is supposed to be my channel mascot. I'm taking something that is not 3D, that is just a round ball, and I'm trying to make a three-dimensional version of it. Looks okay. What do you guys think so far? Kind of looks like Cookie Monster a little bit, or what's the guy? Oscar the Grouch. You guys. I forget how he talks. I think it's something like that. I'm telling you, very Muppetish. But yeah, I think the hairs looks kind of interesting around the face there. So I think that, you know what? I don't like the way this part looks. Now that I'm seeing it on camera, I don't like this. Let me put a little more business in there. I'm gonna probably come back in and put another piece like right here, like kind of an eyebrow. And see, this is what happens. I squished it with my finger. No, look, I squished this part of the hair too. So I got to remember what parts are dry, so I can stop touching the non-dry parts. Can't keep fixing stuff. Looks at that. Man, I just completely ruined his whole arm. Look at this. Look at this. What a mess. That was a cool looking arm too. Oh well. Luckily, this stuff is pretty forgiving. Although there's some pieces that are starting to harden up on me a little bit, looks like. I would have liked to blend that line in a little bit better, but let me see if I can push it down a little bit. Not too bad. So that's where we're at. I think this is a good stopping point. I keep putting my fingers into stuff, so I'm probably gonna have to keep fixing things on here. Oh yeah, I gotta fix his undies, his underoos. It's all right. I'll probably put a little badge or something in there. Let me blend in some of this fur here. We'll put like a little block, like a belt buckle or something in there. Not now, but at a point where it's dry enough to do so. There we go. So I don't know if Morrigan's on or who's. Are all of you guys participating in that monster challenge? I don't know who's on right now. I can't see everybody's chat. Oh yeah, before I go, I'll show you that what I'm talking about with the geisha stuff. Oh, you got a camera, huh, Silver? Cool. All right, so this is where I'm at. Let me put him aside for a little bit. Where can I put him where he's not going to get destroyed? Here we go. Let's put him this way. Okay. All right. So the stuff I got. So I got this fabric. Let me take this sharp object out of the way. Some of this wet stuff. You might recall this fabric I got for the geisha. I did finally establish the colors that I wanted. I'm gonna use I think this one. If I remember right, I think I marked it down on a piece of paper, but maybe it was this one. Anyway, so one's gonna be the main kimono. I think that one. One is going to be maybe this one, a belt, which I think was. I'm going to use this as the belt, the big, thick, wide belt over that. And then this, I think, was going to go on the back. And then it was going to be a red cord like this one, like I'm using for my charging, for the belt that goes around this. So this would be a thicker belt around the waist. On top of that, this on top of this. And how am I going to assemble all this without sewing it? So I got this stuff. Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. So all I'm going to do is this is a pretty huge roll. I'm never going to finish this roll. Well, I shouldn't say that, but that has dark overtones. But basically, what you do is this is just a strip, a roll of kind of a heat glue, heat press paper. I'm going to take this now right here where the seam isn't very it's pretty nice. It's not frayed or anything, and I'm hoping that this cuts that well. I am going to put like I'm going to fold it over so that it's got a nice clean look to it for the parts I'm going to use, but I'm not going to sew that. And it's such a small figure. I mean, I wouldn't say super small, but I don't want to show tons of stitches anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut strips of this, lay it down in the area I want to do for the hem, and then put it like that, fold it over. And then I'm not going to use an iron because it's really small. I'm going to take something like one of my little flat sculpting tools. Let's say, for instance, I did this one. I have a much larger one I can use, but let's say, for example, I heated this up. I would just take that and then very carefully lay it across and push it into the fabric, and then boom, I've effectively ironed on that hem and kept it to where it's put together. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's the plan. That's the plan. Will it work? I have no idea. None. Total zero clue. But I'm hopeful. I don't know if you guys know anything about that. If you have any clue if you've ever used this stuff. But yeah, should be fun. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the plan. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to zoom in. But I've got the material now. I've got no excuses. I even have, and I probably showed this to you in another video if you were watching. I even have a blueprint. I know they don't call them blueprints. What do they call these things? Patterns. It's a pattern. I have a pattern. It's a little short though. I think thickness wise, it's probably not too bad, but it's a little short. Which I mean, it might be kind of sexy to have a little short. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out my video. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect because my wife's gonna be calling me on the road when she's on her way. So I don't want to miss that call. And I will catch you on the flip side. Thank you. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe if you have not already. If you're one of those people that is watching that you are not already subscribed, go blip, 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 blip. It's not even that many. It's like 2 buttons. You're like click and like, click and subscribe, click and like, click and subscribe. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Whatever. All right. It's your life. You do what you want with it. Bye-bye. See ya. Soonish.